That's what I'll do this awesome video. So to let you know, we are less than 40 subscribers away from 1,000 subscribers. In this video, we will be reacting to mind-blowing conditions. I can't even say that word. Caught on camera.
Hey guys, what's up? It's Charlie here, and today we're going to be looking at 10 mind-blowing coincidences caught on camera. So, has something ever happened in your past which has led to something happening in your future? Maybe it was a humongous coincidence, or maybe it proves destiny is real. Either way, these are times when amazing coincidences have been caught on camera, so let's check them out. But first, why not subscribe and press the notification bell too. Coming in at number 10, we have future drawing. So when you were a kid, you likely drew a lot of pictures of yourself. Some may be of you as a kid, but some may be of you in the future too. Many kids like to draw themselves with their dream jobs, whether it be an astronaut or a professional football player. Well, one day in the 7th grade, one boy drew himself as a professional football player. Next to him, he also drew the 7th grade girl who he was sitting next to. He drew this picture on the first day of 7th grade. This is because the teacher said, draw yourself in the future. He drew him as a very big football player with his classmate next to him. But fast forward to when this kid was in college and he really was playing for the football team. But even more amazingly, he was dating the girl he was sitting next to when he drew that drawing. And as you can see now, his drawing has become a reality. He really is playing football at a higher level now. And he's dating the girl that he was sitting next to. It's insane how similar this drawing is to real life. And to make things even more crazy, he's playing for his exact same team number, 57. It almost looks like the picture was drawn after the photo was taken, not the other way round. I think this kid may be able to tell the future. He should really go buy a lottery ticket, as everything he seems to think will happen does. Next up is full meal. So if you look at most food products in the store, they likely show a picture of a meal. They do this to demonstrate how the food could be used in your actual dinners. Well, one day in a store, a guy saw 2 rice brands right next to each other. If you look at the bottom half of this image, you may think it's just one rice product. But check out the full picture and you can see it's actually 2. There's instant white rice and minute white rice. And as you can see, if you put the 2 images together, they make one meal. You may think they just used the same image, but no, if you look at the plate, these are 2 different images. However, the pictures line up exactly, even things like carrots in the meals. This is seriously impressive, but it seems like somebody's marketing department has been copying. The funny thing is, these products are pretty much the exact same. The names are also very similar, and clearly so is the image on the box. It's pretty amazing that putting these 2 images together simply makes it look like one. Next up is receipt. So receipts are pretty boring things, and unless you're a business owner, you likely just throw them out or put them in your pocket to be forgotten about forever. Well, one day somebody decided to look at his receipt, and when he did, he was very surprised. That is because he got what is probably the most coincidental receipt of all time. As you can see, he went to a 7-Eleven, but the amount he spent was exactly 7-Eleven. And to top things off, he made his purchase at 7:11 a.m. That's right, this guy spent 7-Eleven at a 7-Eleven at 7-Eleven. If that's not hard to say, I don't know what is. This is an incredible coincidence, even though it's something so everyday. One thing's for sure, Beyonce would be proud. Next up is Destiny Couple. Do you guys believe in love at first sight? If you don't, that's fine, but this image may make you believe in love at first photo. One day, a Chinese couple who'd been married for 5 years were going through the wife's holiday photos. They were sorting out her old snaps when the husband noticed something incredible in the background. And that incredible thing was himself. This photo was taken in 2000. As you can see, it shows the wife on a visit in China. But in the background is the man that later became her husband. What's so insane is this image was taken 11 years before they met. After looking around, the husband found his picture of him in front of the same landmark. It's crazy that these people almost met each other before they met. Maybe this love really was meant to be. Now this particular location holds a very special meaning for him and his wife. This couple now has kids and they hope to return with their children. Who knows, maybe their children will meet their future spouses at this landmark. The wife said when she saw this photo, she literally got goosebumps. It is pretty creepy how this couple were next to each other 11 years before they met and later married. Who knows, maybe you guys have a picture with your future spouse you don't even know about yet. Next up is Professor No Head. So you may look at this picture and worry. But don't worry, this is not a picture of a headless teacher. Instead, somebody took this photo of their professor one day. You may think this is photoshopped, but no, their teacher's hat simply blends in with the chalkboard so well. So he took a photo, shared it online, and it went viral. It literally looks like a scary headless man teaching this class. The way the chalk's been rubbed over this board, making it grey, makes an exact pattern of this hat. I'm sure sometimes we do wish our annoying professors would lose their heads. But it looks like this student had his dreams come true. But really guys, how insane is this image? This is a very funny image which looks photoshopped but isn't. Next up is Woodstock. So I'm sure many of your parents, or maybe even grandparents, depending on how young you are, went to Woodstock. You may have heard tales of how crazy it was and how everyone was doing illegal things. But Woodfest wasn't just a bunch of debauchery. Instead, some amazing memories and love were created at Woodstock. And everyone knows the famous photos from Woodstock, such as this one. This young couple early in the morning hugging together in a duvet in a field is very famous. It's said to be one of the best and most famous photos of Woodstock ever taken. After Woodstock, this couple actually got married. And 48 years later, they got a gift they could not believe. 48 years after this image was taken, their friend gave them this book. They knew they'd been to Woodstock, so they gave them a Woodstock book. But on the front cover of the book was this couple. Now, they had no idea about the book or this photo being so famous. And the person who gave them this book didn't even know they were in the image. They simply gave it to them because they know they went to Woodstock. But they had no clue that it was actually them in the photograph. This is such an amazing memory for them, and their memories being shared by the millions of people who have seen their image. Wow. This image really captures how awesome Woodstock really was. And despite them being wild kids at the time, it's nice to know that 48 years later, this couple is still happily married. Next up is Target couple. So this is another coincidental photo that will warm your heart. In the old days, meeting people was a lot of work. But nowadays, young people simply date online. One couple got to know each other online and began chatting a lot. They'd been talking for a few months until they made an amazing discovery at work. One day they saw each other at work and they realized they'd been working together for months. They worked in a very large Target store with different shifts. It's so crazy this couple spent so much time chatting online and getting to know each other before realizing they worked together. This may not be as romantic as the Woodstock image or the Chinese landmark one, but this image proves no matter the location, destiny can sometimes work in odd ways. Brittany, the girl in this image, says this is like destiny. Who'd have thought?
Stupid ad.
Brittany, the girl in this image, says this is like destiny. Who'd have thought Target would bring two people together? Most people go to Target to find great deals, but these two found true love. Next up is drink water. So I'm sure when you were younger, your parents always told you to drink water. Many of us now don't drink nearly enough water. I'm on a strict coffee and Coca-Cola diet. But really, we should all drink a whole lot more water. But one guy who I'm sure is tired of hearing people telling him to drink water is a man with the surname Drinkwater. You may think this is some kind of joke, but there's really an English football player named Danny Drinkwater. He plays for one of the best football clubs in the world, Chelsea FC. Now that's already pretty funny, but one day the camera cut to him doing what his name suggests. As you can see, Drinkwater really was drinking water. When this photo went viral, many said it was simply faked. But no, this guy's surname really is Drinkwater. If I was him, I wouldn't turn my back to the camera when I go to drink water. You're pretty much asking to be memed online. But either way, this coincidence proves that sometimes the universe has a real sense of humor. Next up is cousin. So we've already seen one husband in his wife's picture from 11 years before they met. Well, here's an equally as amazing picture which shows the true power of destiny. One day a wife and her husband were going through her old photos. She found an old family photo of her family and another man. And that is exactly when the husband's jaw dropped. He thought he recognized the man, so he called up his cousin. He checked with his cousin and confirmed he was in this place at that time. So guys, this man's cousin was in his wife's family photo 7 years before they met. It may not be the guy, but it's pretty crazy that a family member was in their family photo. He seems so randomly placed there too. This photo really proves that destiny was bound to happen. This is an awesome image and it's really surprising seeing as it was in a different country. It appears the wife and her family and the guy's cousin were traveling to the same place at the same time 7 years before they met. Next up is kindergarten couple.
Wow.
So this is another case of a couple finding each other on a dating website. This couple found each other on a dating website and went on many dates. They were having a great time and then one night they decided to talk about their early childhoods. It turns out they went to the same kindergarten school, and to make things crazier, they went there at the same time and were in the same class. When they they finally looked back at their kindergarten photos, they realized they were sitting right next to each other on photo day. That's right, this couple had met 25 years earlier at kindergarten and had no idea about it. As you can see, they look similar to how they did as kids, except they have both had a glow up. This is absolutely an amazing coincidence. It would already be a crazy coincidence if they were aware of this fact, but it's even crazier that they began dating for a while before even realizing they sat next to each other on kindergarten photo day. As kids, I bet they never thought that 25 years later, they'd be dating. Check out the poll in the top right corner to vote.
That's pretty intense. I want a girlfriend, a wife, kids. But, well, if you guys are new to the channel, please subscribe, don't forget to like. And I'll see you guys on next time. Goodbye.